That's just another claim. We're asking for the argument for the claim. Give us the fucking argument, you dumbass ball licker.
I just made
Just needs to think about
It's weird because he was saying like I would play video games, I would talk to Christians, I would cheat on my wife. It's like the idea is that like he wants to do these things but is not doing them because of Christianity. And then when Haiti kind of confronted him, is like, wait a minute, hold, you want to cheat on your wife? He's like, oh, that sounds bad for me now. So then he was trying to say that he doesn't want to cheat on his wife now, but he said in justification of doing all these things, he's like, why not? It's just what I desire, right? I should just do whatever I want, right? Like
if you want, I can say even worse things if you want.
Well, that's why I asked about the question.
Yeah, because remember the question is, if I were an atheist or if I lost my faith, then what's to stop me from doing all these bad things? There's absolutely nothing to stop me from doing these bad things because there is no. Hold on. There is no ultimate accountability.
You would stop you.
I would stop me if I found these things to be morally irreprehensible.
Right. But isn't that true on theism too? Who's to stop you if you want to?
Well, deism, or would you say deism?
Christianity. Like you can still. Who's stopping you from like doing whatever, divorcing your wife or killing her right now?
Yeah, like I said, I already pointed that out. In the Christian worldview, we don't do these things because of the transformative power of the Holy Spirit that dwells within us, and also because of the descriptive power that we see within the text. So just because we have the descriptive text that says don't do this, don't do that, that doesn't mean that there is nothing inside of us inherently upon receiving Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior that actually contributes to making a transformation to that. So in other words, when we receive Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior, there is what's called regeneration. Can you say that, guys, with me? Can you say that with me? Regeneration. All right. And what that is
there a particular line in the Bible that says don't eat iguana shit?
That is a transformative
VEKL. Is there a particular line in the Bible that says to not eat iguana shit?
If I don't know, is that in the book of Second Opinions? Because I never heard of such a passage.
So that's the point. You're able to make that decision without necessarily being on the Bible because it's a choice that you make.
Yeah,
right?
but philosophically, atheists cannot conclude why these things are immoral. You're only
so how do you make that decision without the use of the Bible?
Wait. He's making a claim that he hasn't demonstrated. What's the argument?
What's the argument then?
Okay, does the atheist
don't ask a question. Don't ask a question, you dumbass ball licker. Hey, dumbass ball licker. Don't ask a question. Give the argument. Give the argument.
You gotta wait your turn. In atheism, there is no pope. There is no Messiah. There is no
very
holy
informative.
writ.
Thank you, VEKL.
What's the argument?
No book. There is
we want the fucking argument.
Law that comes from atheism that says that such and such is right and such is wrong. So when you are determining what is inherently immoral or moral, you're not getting that from atheism or from a non-God perspective. You're borrowing from another worldview.
That's just another claim. We're asking for the argument for the claim. Give us the fucking argument, you dumbass ball licker.
I just make this thing. Dude, you're supposed to be the atheist that Christians fear, and that's the most wittiest joke that you have, bro. That's the best you got.
We're asking you for the argument.
But, dude, this is the dude that you guys have always, oh, Dark Dawkins fear this.
Hey, ball licker, are you going to give the argument or not?
That's the best you got.
You going to give the argument?
Are you worried about the ball licker? Just make the argument.
What is the argument, ball licker?
That's the best you got.
You don't have an argument?
That's the best you got.
All right. He can't defend his. He can't defend his claim.
I made a claim, and I substantiated it.
Wait. If you substantiated it, you gave an argument, right?
Go ahead and refute it.
Sorry. When you say you substantiated it, hey, what is your fucking problem? When you said you substantiated it, does that mean you gave an argument?
You can't refute.
When you say you substantiate, I just can't believe how stupid you are.
What?
right? Like, you're so fucking stupid. It's just fucking unbelievable somebody could be as dumb as you. So you said you substantiated it. Okay? This is simple. Okay? This is a simple question. I don't understand why you can't understand it. Okay? Does substantiate mean that you gave an argument for the claim? Why is it you're not answering the question? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Can you prove to me and everyone in this room how
Why are you answering a question with a question?
You can't prove it.
Why are you answering a question with a
Because I
question?
already answered the question. Now answer my question.
Okay, so can somebody tell me what his answer was when he says he substantiated it? Does that mean that he thinks he gave an argument?
No idea what he thinks he means.
Anybody?
No idea. See,
He
this
just,
is
he
the
just
problem
keeps
with
repeating he can't refute it.
Yeah, you're a fucking moron.
You guys,
VEKL, refute it.
You guys don't.
No, I'm asking him. I'm asking him whether he gave an argument or not.
He did, of course not. He made a claim.
That can't be taken seriously.
He says
We're
he
asking you for an argument, VEKL.
I already gave you a clear understanding.
Wait,
claim.
did you give an argument?
Yeah. We might as well say that to you guys.
Wait, I don't understand. Did you give an argument or not? It's a yes or no question.
The refrigerator's not helping you.
Did he give an argument?
No, he didn't give an argument.
Yeah, VEKL, you didn't understand. You didn't understand that what we were asking for was an argument.
So see, you don't want an argument. That's why.
Sorry. So you don't have you have an argument. You're just not going to give it.
You're going to keep asking me, and you're not going to give me a chance to speak, or
I'm asking you to give an argument this time. Are you going to do that?
I already said several times that the atheist does not have any ultimate accountability to anything or to anyone. In the atheist mindset, in the atheist worldview,
it's just another claim.
Okay, well, it's true. I mean, again,
how is it true?
The
back
claim,
it up.
We're asking him what the distinction between a claim and an argument.
Because all atheism is the affirmation that no God or gods exist. Yeah, don't claim that it's a worldview. You guys constantly argue over and over again that atheism is not a worldview. I'd beg to differ. But if that, then how do you determine outside of?
Well, now he's asking a question.
How do you determine?
Question is not an argument, VEKL. We're asking you to give the argument.
I won't ask a question. Outside of atheism, outside of Christianity, you as an atheist do not have the ability.
It's just another claim.
Intrinsically, what is morally?
That is just another claim.
Outside.
Why do you keep repeating the claim?
Inside of
as soon as you give an argument for your claim, VEKL, we'll give you an argument for what you're asking.
Don't have the ability outside of.
That's just repeating the claim. Do you understand the distinction between an argument and a claim?
I'll keep repeating myself. That's fine. That's fine. See, this
is how, give the reasoning.
We want to understand the reasoning that justifies the claim. Do you understand what that means?
I'm trying to give you an answer. The problem is you don't want to listen.
Okay, so you understand the distinction between an argument and a claim?
I'm making a claim that atheists do not have the ability to determine.
Yeah, I'm asking you what justifies the claim. Do you understand the distinction between an argument and a claim?
Here's the justification of that claim. The claim is the reason why you cannot do that with atheism is because, number one, you don't have a holy writ, you don't have a Messiah, you don't have a pope, you have nothing that you can go to except for some form of conventionalism, which is still at the best some facet of subjectivity.
Yeah, so what's the argument for that claim?
Hold on. You don't have anything.
Yeah, what's the argument for that?
Okay, never mind. All right, you don't.
See, you don't have an argument. You're saying atheists can only appeal to conventionalism. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, ball licker. Shut your mouth, ball licker, until I'm done talking. Okay, here's what you've done, ball licker. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, ball licker.
How about you shut your mouth?
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth until I'm done talking. Shut your mouth. 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 Shut your mouth, ball licker, until I'm done talking. Wait your turn. Wait your turn.
That's the funniest part about it.
Wait your turn. Wait your turn. You'll get your chance. You'll get your chance to say more dumb stuff when I'm finished talking. Hey, ball licker. Hey, ball licker. Hey, ball licker. You're going to get your chance to say more dumb stuff when I'm done talking.
All right, go ahead, fool.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah. So here's what you did, ball licker. You said, here's what you did, ball licker. You said that atheists don't have a pope, right? They don't have some authority who's a person that they can appeal to, right, to derive moral facts. And then you said the only thing that they have is conventionalism, which is subjective.
At the very least. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that's just another claim. See, and we didn't ask you to make more claims, right? See, this is why you're stupid and you're only good enough to lick Darth's balls because you can't do anything else because you're too dumb, right? What we asked you to do was provide an argument shut your mouth, ball licker, I'm not done. Shut your mouth, ball licker, I'm not done. Shut your mouth, ball licker, I'm not done. Shut your mouth, 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 shut your mouth. Are you done talking? Okay, so what I was saying, you'll have plenty of time to say more dumb stuff when I'm done, right? Wait your turn. So, well, we didn't ask you to make more claims, right? Because we're not interested in what a moronic ball licker claims, right? We don't care what an idiot, right, a brain-damaged idiot like you claims. We don't give a fuck about that, right? What we're interested in is justification for the claims, and that means providing arguments, right? So what we want is something that establishes that claim, right? That the only thing we have to appeal to is something conventional or subjective, right? And do you have an argument or not?
All right, fool, you done? Are you done, fool? Hey, idiot, I'm talking to you. You done?
Question.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Well, nobody else is responding except John. So, I mean,
He
Jack.
asked you a question.
Okay. All I'm trying to say is that I made a comment that in the atheist worldview, in the atheist mindset, the best that you fools have is opinion, some form or facet of subjectivity. Okay, that's why you guys.
That's all you have.
That's why you guys.
That's another claim.
That's why none of you guys couldn't help but to respond.
This is just more of your opinions.
Here we go. See, told you. Thank you for proving
just more of your opinions, fool.
Thank you for proving my point, fool. Thank you.
Is that all you got, fool?
You're just making claim after claim after claim.
You know why? It just sounds like meaningless claims to you because of the way you guys just constantly interrupt.
Because they are meaningless claims.
Which
because
again,
they are.
Validates my point. Thank you for proving my point. Appreciate it.
No, you're just saying
point?
nonsense.
The point that you have no objective means to be moral or practice civility for any reason.
How was
That's another claim.
You have no, but it's proven. You can disregard it.
Yeah, that's what they're asking me for, though.
Yeah, but see what I'm trying to display here is that every time I get ready to say something, these guys rudely interrupt.
Okay, how about this? I think I can mediate this, since they want the answer. Yeah. So you're saying that the atheists have nothing; they can't appeal to anything objective, right? It's impossible. So that's the claim that they want you to substantiate, and you're saying I keep trying to, but they won't let me. So how about this? We'll just mute anyone who interrupts you. But you start off by saying you can't have. It's impossible. You just start off the sentence with something like this: it's impossible for an atheist to appeal to anything objective because, and then you fill in the blank. How about that?
Yeah, that's what I was
trying that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And
so if there's a mod, if they can just mute whoever interrupts them, but in exchange, I'm asking that you start off the sentence like that, right? So we just know exactly what we're doing.
I'll start it off with the way I feel comfortable, and if you guys just disregard it just because you don't like
Well,
what's coming up.
well, hold on a sec. Well, then I would be in favor of someone interrupting you, because the reason why we'd have you start off like that is because there's a fear that you're not going to say because
I
X,
have
Y,
no
Z,
fear.
right?
Trust me, there is no fear.
No, we don't want to listen to that garbage, so I wouldn't be in favor of muting
Okay,
anyone.
thank you for
in
being
that
honest with
case.
that. Appreciate it. See, we got to make that distinction, folks. The distinction of me being fearful of what you guys asked me and you just disregarding it and just cutting me off because you don't like what I'm saying. There's a major difference between the two.
Well, it would be because it's not an answer, right?
Well, it is an answer. The problem is you just don't like it.
No, Tom is saying that we have the fear that you won't actually address
No, I
the
didn't say you have
question.
fear. I said you think that I have a fear, that I fear you.
No,
I don't
Tom
fear
is saying that we have the fear that you won't
No,
address
no.
the
You
question.
said that I have a fear. No, I said you said
No,
I have a fear. Or
no.
did you guys claim that I have a fear of answering?
Tom,
I have no fear of answering any questions. So
what Tom was just referring to is that we are afraid you will not answer the question.
That's correct.
right. Oh, okay. If you're saying it that way, yeah. But you also believe that
What
I
I
have a
said several times.
answer questions. So
Well, I think you're not capable.
yeah.
It's not,
Yeah,
I don't think you're afraid.
That,
I think you're not able to.
But
I think you're just gonna bloviate.
ultimately, just because you don't think I'm capable, what is that going to mean ultimately in the end? I'm still going to sleep
Well,
like
if
a
you're
In the end, we
capable,
don't get
just
an answer.
substantiate your
That's
claims.
the thing we're
That's fine. But people are still gonna the God is still gonna be glorified. I'm still gonna sleep like a baby. I still got a job. I still still making t-shirts.
Yeah,
Buy
you're
my
still going to have
t-shirts,
all
by the
those
way.
opinions. Got
Thank
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not
Yep,
losing. I don't have
gotcha.
anything to lose in this conversation at all. So
You know, what's
but
funny
anyway,
thing is that if you take away the Christian God, you're still gonna have all the things too. You're gonna have a job, and you're gonna have a T-shirts
that's
and all that
right.
stuff.
But when it comes to the issue of morality, though, okay, that's what we're talking about. Okay, because like
Yeah,
I
you're
said
still going to have
before,
that too
atheists,
without the Christian God.
Christians and
Yeah.
atheists can have fun in similar ways, and of course, there's a limit to what things Christians should do or ought to do or will do because of the indwelling of the Holy Spirit. With the atheist worldview, there's really logically, there's no limit. You can do pretty much whatever you want with no and justify it and have no conviction at all. So, because in your mind,
What's
you're
the
not really
argument for that?
breaking any laws, really, any ultimate laws, because there is no ultimate.
No, can we get one of them arguments for that?
Huh?
Please. Arguments
What's that?
here.
He said, can we get one of them arguments for that?
I don't know how many times I got to say this. Again, in the atheist worldview, all atheism is the
What
affirmation,
the fuck
You
is
idiot.
this?
Shut the fuck up.
is the affirmation
This
that
is just insane.
God
Not.
exists. If there
Argument
is no
here.
God, there is no moral lawgiver. Okay, in the atheist worldview. So therefore,
You
there
keep
is no
making claims. Why would we want to hear this
now.
nonsense?
And also, but when you keep bringing up laws and stuff like that, okay, fine. But that now you led to a portion of conventionalism, which is you have a group of people within a society that agree that such and such should be a law or something like that. But that still doesn't tell you the inherent moral
Oh, I
nature.
think I know what's going on, right? You
Okay, so
said
now
you're talking about a
because
lawgiver. I think you just misheard. He didn't say, Jack didn't say lawgiver. He said ball liquor. That's what he said.
now that was funny.
That explains
I
it,
give
right?
you that one. I give you that one. That was funny.
Analytically identical.
Hey, take note, Jack.
He just doesn't
Hey,
understand what
take
an
note. Hey,
argument
take
is.
note, Jack. Hey, Jack, take note. That was a good one, Jack. You
He
coined
just
this up.
doesn't understand
That
what
was
an
a good.
argument is.
Hey, Jack, you need to take some notes. That was a good joke.
He doesn't understand what an argument is.
But anyway, that was a good joke. But anyway, moving on. If we're going under the banner of
So
conventionalism,
VEKL, why do you want to cheat on your wife?
if we're going under the
That's
banner of
interesting.
conventionalism, all you're doing ultimately is asserting that you have a group of people within a society that both get together and they
Like,
agree.
why? He's just repeating more claims.
Okay, listen, guys. If like thousands of you against one of me, and if you're going to ask me one
Yeah, we
question,
ask you a
you
question and you're not
can't.
answering, which is, do you have an
Okay.
argument in support of your
Here's the
claim?
fool speaking again. I know. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. Okay.
So there's a
How about
God
this? The next
check
time
this.
one of you guys interrupt me, you ask me a deep question and I try to provide an answer and you interrupt me, I'm just going to quote scripture. How's that?
I got a deep question
How
for you,
does a God
VEKL.
No,
You
not
guys,
check this
scripture.
work?
you
You're
guys ready for a
hurting
Bible study?
me.
Hey, one
Stop.
You
mic.
guys ready for a Bible study? We can do Bible study.
Yeah, VEKL. Why do you want to cheat on your wife? That's my deep question to you.
I don't want to cheat on my wife.
No, that's not what you said. You said
yes, it is.
No. You listed 3 things you enjoy.
If
right, one of them was playing video games. One of them was wasting time on Clubhouse, and the other one was cheating on your wife. These are the things you would want to do. Yeah.
If I were an atheist,
you said why not? It's just about what I want, and then you said all those things, right?
If I were an atheist, there would be nothing in this world that would determine whether or not I cheated on my wife to be immoral. Except
another plain fucking dumbass.
Okay.
Do you want to play VEKL? Do you want to play video games? Do you want to play video games?
Fool have said in his heart there is no God.
Yeah, that's great. Do you want to play video games, VEKL?
Psalm 53. I'm already playing video games.
So you enjoy that, right?
But I don't spend a whole day playing video games because I'm a busy man. You know.
Right. So in ideal world, you'd spend more time playing video games, right?
No. You know, in an atheist.
No, I said ideal world.
No, if I had the mind of an atheist in an ideal world, to be honest, I probably spend more time playing video games, maybe watching movies and stuff like that. But
yeah.
Because there is no moral standard, there's no more objective standard for me to abide by or be held accountable to, then I could probably go as far as cheating on my wife or killing somebody, stealing stuff, robbing people, you know, and I could go home and sleep like a baby. Why? Because there's ultimately no, ultimate consequence for it, except maybe I'll go to jail or get excommunicated or, held in contempt by the community or something like that.
Well, those aren't ultimate consequences either.
What's the big deal of that, though? What's the big deal? I mean, if I still feel that these things are okay and justified in my mind, you guys can think I'm a psychopath all you want, but in my mind, there is no God, so therefore I can continue to do these things with no problem and justify it.
That's what you haven't established.
I already told you. It's already been established by the statement I just made.
That's just repeating the claim we're asking you to support.
There is no God to serve. There is no God to incite any type of prescriptive behavior for me to amongst other humans. Then there is no reason for me to do what other people disagree with me.
Yeah, we're asking you to establish that.
No,
you just repeated it.
No, VEKL thinks morality is based on authority. He said unless there's some authority, then anything goes. He confuses.
By authority, you mean a person?
Yeah.
Personal authority?
Yeah. So basically, for VEKL, might makes right. So morality is whatever you can get away with, and God can get away with anything. So He can do anything, but humans are under God.
But what's the argument? What's the argument that in order for there to be an objective moral standard, there needs to be a personal moral authority?
Yeah, I'm waiting for Floyd to give us any type of logical conclusion that will lead him to that position.
Because do you agree? Do you agree with my?
Or you want an argument?
Do you agree with my analysis of your moral?
So now you guys accuse me of making statements without solidifying it. But
that's what you do.
So where are you guys going to solidify your statements here? I haven't heard one single ounce of substantiation at all from either one of you.
Yeah, by your likes, we don't need to.
See, there you go. Excuses.
Yeah, there's no contradiction with atheism and there being some kind of objective standard.
I didn't say there was a contradiction. I'm saying that
you said you can't have objective morality under atheism, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, so it's possible.
Okay, so
now you're saying it's not a contradiction?
Well, I guess ultimately.
Oh, you are saying there's a contradiction.
But
is there a contradiction?
What I'm trying to point out is that in atheism.
Oh, so there is a contradiction.
You don't have an objective means to prove that what anybody does.
There it is again.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Okay,
yes, we do.
What's it? What is it?
Well, I'm not telling you. You just don't like what I say.
Okay.
You just don't like what I say, VEKL.
I appreciate it.
I'm not telling you. You want an argument?
You proved my point. Thank you.
Well, you kind of proved our point, but okay.
Yeah.
So VEKL, do you agree with my description of your moral system?
The transformative power of the Holy Spirit. We got the 10 Commandments. We got certain other instructions in the New Testament that
we got
tells
the guillotine.
that commands Christians to strive toward holiness. Why do we do these things? Because these things are a reflection of God's nature and his law. Atheism doesn't have that. So when you guys decide not to do something, or you decide that something is bad or good, you're doing it kind of arbitrarily based off of your own feelings or personal perspective, not anything outside of yourself. That's what you're doing.
Why would she follow
So,
God?
VEKL, do you
I
agree?
don't understand why he
Am I
brings up
distinction of
this
the nervous system?
arbitrariness point when that blew up in his face before.
Again, it just shows the utter futility of your worldview. That's why the majority of you spend 90% of your time talking about a being that you claim doesn't exist.
Because as you recall, we demonstrated that you were committed to a view that God's actions were arbitrary. So I don't know why you repeat that gambit that you were refuted on.
Yeah, Christians are crazy.
You're crazy.
Well, different kind of crazy. I'm just depressed.
JJ.
And you know why? It's because of all the crazy Christians. Is a big part of it. All the insane people that are just out milling around in the world.
Yeah, I think about that with your generation specifically.
Is VEKL still there?
All those
Who cares?
boomers
Well, I
disagreeing.
was just going to say real quick.
Okay, because I just wanted to give you an out on something.
Yeah, go ahead.
People like VEKL depress me.
You know, I just feel it. Hold on. What? Were you going to? Okay, unless you were going to answer Jack about the arbitrary thing, I just wanted to give you an option to walk back something you said.
Okay.
Okay, so
good.
I don't want to get you in trouble with your wife, right? I'm sure she's a lovely woman. So I'm going to give you this opportunity to say, if I lost my faith tomorrow, I still wouldn't cheat on my wife because I love her.
Good.
You want to say that, VEKL? Go ahead.
Yes, I'll agree to that. Yes, if I lost my faith tomorrow, there's nothing in me that compels me to cheat on my wife. Yes, because
But there is something in you that compels you to.
I think.
But there is something that compels you to maybe murder.
I think I would still love my wife even if I lost my faith in Jesus Christ. However, though, under the atheist worldview, if I lost my faith, there would be nothing obligating me or stopping me from just doing it, even despite the fact that I still love her. I can declare still good. Okay. I got my rocks off on this other girl next door, but I still love my wife.
Why would you do this to yourself?
Wouldn't hurting your relationship
I
be a
can
good
lie.
motivation, VEKL?
I can do all kinds of bad things under the
What's about this girl next
door?
door?
So you don't really love your wife, VEKL,
no, but
do you?
Floyd, you're not understanding, right? He's trying to say that the only you could have an objective moral standard is if a God existed, right? And that's just not a claim he knows how to defend.
Yeah, I mean that really needs an argument, you know. But I find it strange, VEKL, that the only thing that's keeping you from cheating on your wife is your God. That you really don't love your wife, and you don't really honor your relationship with your wife. The only thing that's keeping you from cheating on your wife is the fear that God is going to be mad at you.
Outside of God, there's
Isn't that kind of a shallow form of morality? That the only reason that you don't do things is because your sky daddy would be mad and hurt you?
Outside of God, there is no reason for me to be honorable or to hold my marriage in honor.
VEKL is the only thing that's keeping
that's a whole lot right there. You really don't give a damn about your relationship with your wife.
If I stay with my wife outside of if I'm an atheist, if I stay with my wife,
that reveals a whole lot about
it's only because if I stay with my wife as an atheist and I choose not to cheat on her, I'm only doing it for my own personal feelings. I'm doing it because I feel good about myself, that I'm being a good husband. I'm being good to her. So it's all ultimately about what I'm getting out of it, not so much how she feels about it, but rather how I'm looked upon by the community or by the world. But with God, I'm doing it because not only because of obligation, but also because of who God is and what He's done for me, and I want to give back to God. And therefore, as I'm doing that, I can also have a true, genuine love towards the spouse that He's given me. So I can have both of those things.
So
You
you have
don't.
good reasons either way, atheist
No,
or
but
not
well, I was going to
atheist.
say this earlier that I think that me and
Nice.
unbeliever,
We're trying to
unbelievers like
understand.
yourselves, we can be hand in hand and agree that rape is wrong, pedophilia is wrong, and we agree. Okay, but when it comes to having these discussions on a philosophical level, that's when things get a little
We're
sticky.
trying to understand what justifies the claim that you cannot have an objective moral standard on atheism. You only can on theism.
All you have, because all subjectivity demonstrates scientifically is that things are what they are based off of things external to it. So you have an opinion about a thing, but you're not able to demonstrate objectively that the thing is this or that on an objective level. So, for example, we look at a dog, okay, we both say the dog is a dog, okay? Objectively, we're looking at it because we can declare. But then subjectivity comes in and we say the dog is cute. Okay, well, that's a matter of opinion or personal perspective. One person might say the dog is cute, another person might say the dog is ugly. We can say the same thing with the issue of morality under the subjective standpoint. We say rape is wrong. Society A says rape is wrong. Society B says rape is right. So, from a subjective worldview, or a worldview that holds morality as subjective, which one of these worldviews has it right? Well, the atheist is going to say, well, it's the worldview that appeals to some form of pragmatism, where they're just saying that they're right. Why? Because it brings some sort of benefit to that society that says that it's wrong. Okay, but just because it may bring some sort of temporal benefit, that doesn't prove the inherent moral nature of the thing. It could still, in your worldview, according to you, could still be evil, but you're just going by how it benefits people, how people look, and that's all that you have.
That just sounds like you're just repeating the claim that.
Yeah.
That sounds like you're just repeating the claim that on atheism,
so it doesn't matter if it benefits people.
that on atheism, moral judgments are subjective, right? And presumably that on theism, moral judgments can be objective, right? But that's the claim we're asking you to substantiate, right? So we're trying to understand, how is it that on theism you can get some kind of moral claim that's objective that you cannot get if you're not a theist?
I'm not sure how else
If
I can.
theism is false.
I'm not sure how else I can answer the question other than the way I answered it several times
But that just
before.
seems like all you did was repeat the claim.
In the Christian worldview, the Christian worldview asserts that God is the moral arbiter. So we determine right from wrong according to.
Yeah, it's just an opinion, though.
We determine what's right or wrong according to his nature, his being, his attributes.
We know what it says, VEKL.
Okay.
We know.
You don't know what it says, actually.
But that's just
we do.
You
You
don't
said
have
it
to
3
keep
or 4 times now.
You don't have to keep repeating the claim.
Well, most of what you guys do is you guys don't study the Bible. Maybe Floyd does, but he still studies it with. But most of you,
all of that is just your subjective opinion,
care
though.
about his relationship with his wife.
Don't study the Bible.
He only cares about how God feels about it.
You guys go to evilbible.com or
he really doesn't care about the flourishing and well-being of his own wife. Or I guess maybe he doesn't care about his kids either. All he cares about is whether God approves.
Nice try. You can keep trying that, Floyd. It's not going to hurt me at
all.
Well,
I mean, that's what you said, right?
You said that, cool.
But you can keep trying.
You said if without your God, then
it's not going to hurt my
there be no reason to
There's nothing
honor your relationship with your wife.
Floyd, you can.
that you see no value. You see no value at all.
Floyd, you could try to lie.
In the relationship, unless some God exists. So ultimately, you don't even care about your relationship or your wife.
Yeah. Floyd, you can keep trying.
All that matters to you is what your God thinks about your actions.
Trying to twist my words, and you too, Tom. You guys keep.
Well, I thought that's what you said.
It's not going to hurt me at all. Trust me. I'm still going to work tomorrow. I'm still going to have a.
You said if your God didn't exist, that there's no need, no motivation for you honoring your relationship with your wife.
It just seems like all he's saying is.
Do you really think that anything you guys say right now about me is going to hurt?
I'm just repeating what you said.
It just seems like all he's saying is that the Christian worldview asserts, right, that God's commands are objective, right?
Of course.
Yeah, those were his
but
words.
But that's not what we're asking. We're not asking you, right, whether it's a claim that Christianity makes that God's commands are objectively ought to be followed or whatever. Right? We're not asking you whether Christians assert that, right? We're asking you to establish the claim that if there were to be an objective moral statement, right, such as rape is wrong or something, right? If a statement like rape is wrong were to be objective, it could only be so if there was a God that existed, right? So we're not asking you to repeat the claim that Christians make that it is objective on Christianity, right? We're asking you to establish that it can only be objective if Christianity is true, or if theism is true, right? We're asking you to substantiate that.
Other than what I said earlier, I don't know what else you need.
But that just sounds like you don't have a justification, because you don't seem to be able to provide an argument, and yet you continue to repeat a claim that you can't justify. I don't get it.
Now, I did justify it. I think what's happening, though, is that you're just disregarding it. What I did was I pointed out two things. I pointed out, number one, what the Christian worldview holds to, and number two, what the atheist worldview holds to with regards to morality. That because you don't have a moral lawgiver, all you're left with ultimately is some form of subjectivity.
Yeah, but see, that's a claim. That's a claim.
The argument for that.
Okay. We want the argument for that claim. Do you know what I mean by an argument?
Then refute the claim.
No, I don't. No. You're the one with the burden of proof. You made the claim, right?
No. You have to substantiate the claim before it can be refuted.
I take it that what you're not. Just a minute. I take it that what you're not saying, right, is no one has ever shown me how you could have objective morality on atheism. Right.
You can't refute
what you're doing. Yeah. See, that's a claim that you haven't established.
You make claims too. You make claims too, and you haven't refuted anything.
This is John Lee's.
It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant whether I make claims or not, right? Because what we're discussing here is a claim. What we're discussing here is a claim that you made,
Jack.
Right. Your claim is that there cannot be objective morality on atheism. There can only be objective morality on theism, right?
Jack, here's your problem, Jack. The problem is, though, that what you're pulling right now with this, so-called interrogation of yours, is you're pulling an old 1992 atheist type of tactic that's been mad, exposed, and old for a long time. What you do is all you're doing is disregarding claims that are being made, but you're not providing anything substantive that is as an alternative. So you just don't like the answers that are being given to you, but you can't refute anything. And because you know you can't refute it, all you do is continue to just.
Yeah, see, that's saying I can't refute any claim that you make, right? Is just another claim. We're not interested. We're not interested in your claim.
That's classic
right? We're interested. We're interested in you providing an argument. Now, do you understand what I mean by an argument? Do you understand when I ask you for an argument, rather than to repeat a claim? Do you understand what it is that I'm asking for?
Jack, are you agnostic?
I don't see what difference it makes.
Because you seem to be afraid to make any type of counterclaim to anything that's being stated to you.
Thanks for your opinion.
About Okay, so you don't have an.
If
You
you
don't
would
have.
make your
You have no
argument, then we
substantive
could
meaning.
get to that.
You have
My
no
counterclaim is that
It's
you're
not
a
meaning.
what's
dipshit,
being
VEKL.
discussed
Is
right
that okay?
now.
You have no
That's
substantive
not
meaning.
what's being discussed right now, right?
You, Jack,
You're
come on.
wanting to
I
have
could
two
grant you
discussions at the same
all
time.
of that for the sake of argument, right?
Let's get
Let's
more.
just say
I want
I
let's
don't
get
have an alternative theory, right? I don't have a coherent worldview. Okay, I can give you all of that. Nonetheless, what we're asking you for is whether you can provide an argument for your claim, right? So that's what
I
we're
just
just trying to get clear on.
that's all I want to hear. I mean, I don't see what the
Yeah.
problem is.
We're not interested in what you want to hear, right? We're letting you
Well,
talk in
well, maybe
here.
that's the end of the
We're
discussion.
letting you talk in here because we want to see whether you can justify the claims that you make,
But what I'm
right?
saying to you is that the claims are justified. The problem is that you just
So by
disregard it, and you don't
justified,
have the ability to contradict it.
do you mean that there's an argument
If the
that
man is the
supports
ultimate
them?
arbiter of morality, then that means that there is nothing beyond him. There is nothing inciting him or encouraging him or compelling him to make these laws or whatever, because he is the beginning. He is the Alpha and Omega. So he's not looking into the earth and saying, I don't like that. I'm going to put a law against that. That's not what's happening. Okay.
Okay, so you just said the claim
Now,
was justified.
if you have a means to refute that, or if you
Sicfesswut.
just disregard it, okay, great. By all means, have at it. But what I'm not hearing from you, Jack, is some sort of means outside of subjectivity, conventionalism, pragmatism, whatever you want to call it. I don't see anything that any kind of grounding on your part that tells me how you determine what is inherently evil or good according to your worldview.
VEKL,
See,
how are God's moral
this is what I don't
objective?
understand. This is what I don't understand, right? Are you saying nobody's ever shown me a way in which on atheism there
No,
could
no.
be objective morality? Or are you saying I have an argument that establishes that? Because you said the claim was justified. And so I'm trying to
It
understand, when you
is.
say justified, do you mean it's justified by an
It is.
argument?
It is justified.
Is it justified
It
by
is
an
just.
argument?
Yes.
Okay.
I already provided
So
the argument.
now you
I gave
understand,
my
now do
things.
you understand, what I mean when I say
Okay.
an
So you don't want
argument?
to answer the question.
Do
Okay,
you
I got you.
understand what I
Jack.
mean?
Jack. I'm not.
Do you
Jack. Jack.
do you
Come on.
understand what I mean by an argument?
Jack. All I'm trying to get is an argument from you. You obviously disagree with it. So I want to see a counterclaim. I haven't heard a counterclaim from a single one of you guys.
Jack granted you that we're all subjectivity. That's what
Yeah,
our morals are
that's
based
fine.
on.
We
So
can
what?
grant you that. So the question is, right? Do you understand when I ask you for an argument, what it is that I'm asking for?
No, I don't, because I already gave you an I made a claim. I substantiated it. You disregarded. So now
So
you're
you
asking
think you
for.
substantiated by an argument, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Do you understand by an argument I mean something? I mean an inference. Do you know what I mean by that?
How many times do we have to go down this road?
Do you understand? Do you
If you
Jack,
gave an
understand
I
what
argument,
don't
an
know what else.
inference is?
if you gave an argument, VEKL, what was the first premise?
My premise is that.
No, your first premise, not the premise.
Okay,
What's your first premise?
what I'm saying to you is that there is no Okay, in the Christian worldview, there is no means to determine inherently, intrinsically, what is moral, what is
Is that
good,
your first premise?
without.
VEKL, is that your first premise?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with these
Yeah, you
terms.
don't know what a fucking
Hey,
argument is. Arguments have premises. What's your first premise?
I don't care how you want to word it. All I'm telling you is what the Christian worldview is, and
All
I'm
I'm telling you
waiting.
is that you don't know what an argument is.
I'm
What's the
wait.
first premise?
I don't give a damn.
Yeah, you
All
don't
I
know
give
what
him
an
all I
argument is.
let's give
know
him an
all I
example. See,
want to know
somebody.
is there a logical and legitimate refutation to anything I said?
Yeah.
Stop
Yeah, you're just
We don't.
pivoting. He's just
Yeah.
pivoting.
So
He
look,
knows it. He doesn't know
asking
it.
let's just
Christian
give him an
to do
example so that
anything I
he
said.
even understands
Are
what the
any of the
problem
Christians
is.
in this room? Am I wrong about anything I
Yeah.
said?
So look. We're
Yeah,
just gonna
you're applying your
let's just
standard to
give
the worldviews.
Okay.
That's one problem.
let's just
Is
give
there
him
any?
an Let's
I
just give him an
Christian,
example
right?
of the kind of thing that we're looking for,
All I'm
right?
asking is for a refutation. to the statement.
Yeah, we don't care. We don't care about
You
that.
obviously understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, we don't care.
The problem is that you know you don't have a legitimate.
Yeah, fine. We grant you that. Okay, so now here's the kind of thing that we're looking for, right? See, somebody could just say, Socrates is mortal, right? Meaning that he's going to die, right? Now, I could say, well, why ought I to accept that? Why ought I believe that? Why ought anybody believe that, right? And then you could give an argument in support of the claim. Be something like this. Socrates is a man. All men are mortal. So since Socrates is a man, therefore he's mortal. Because all men are mortal, right? That's an inference. So if you accepted the premises of that argument, you'd have reason to accept the conclusion, right? Which is what we were asking for support for in the first place. That's the kind of thing that we're looking for. So you want to say something like, you have a conclusion, right? Which is on atheism, or sorry, objective morality is only possible on theism. Let's put it that way, right? Objective morality is only possible on theism, right? Now you've said a bunch of stuff, like on atheism you don't have a moral authority, and the only alternative is conventionalism, which is subjective. If you don't have like some kind of moral authority, like a pope or whatever, then the only alternative is conventionalism, which is subjective, right? Now, we could grant you that conventionalism is subjective, right? And we could grant you that on atheism you don't have some kind of personal moral authority. Maybe that follows. It's not clear to me that even follows.
VEKL didn't want to listen to your community college lecture. In fact,
he left.
This is like high school. Yeah, he left.
Well, that's good if he left.
Yeah.
That's good if he left, because that was, he couldn't claim that he was being, treated. He couldn't claim at that point that he was being mistreated, right?
I think his eyes rolled back in his head trying to understand what you were saying to him, and
he's basically a waste of time. And I would probably block him, but Tom has sort of shown a way in which some valuable mileage can still be gotten out of him. I don't know if you know about this, JJ.
Oh yeah.
But you know about this stuff with Darth?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So for that reason, I haven't blocked him.
Yeah, and that reminds me, I think I still have John Lee blocked. Do I need to unblock him?
Yeah, you need to unblock him, unfortunately.
Yeah, you should.
So,
hey,
John Lee is.
They're gonna block you if you don't. If you don't unblock John Lee.
I'm now following John Lee.
Wow.
You're welcome, John Lee.
Yeah, Jack's